Is Skywalker going to be the new term to define a quote-unquote Jedi? Possibly. And on today's video, we'll discuss the Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker title. What is The Rise of Skywalker? Which Skywalker is doing the rising? Well, to be frank, I don't know. I seriously have no idea. I'm not an exec at Lucasfilm. I'm not someone that's working on the movie, obviously. I'm just a 19-year-old kid, a 19-year-old fan of Star Wars, and I just wanted to speculate and talk about Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker because it intrigues me, to be honest. I am looking forward to Star Wars Episode 9 quite a lot, actually. I'm very interested to see how J.J. Abrams not only finishes off the sequel trilogy, but ends off the entire Star Wars Skywalker saga. Well, quote-unquote. There will probably be episodes 10, 11, and 12 down the pipeline, but for now, the end of the Skywalker saga. Very interested, and I feel like the intrigue arrives in the title also. The Rise of Skywalker. Now, there's a few possibilities on what this title actually represents. Again, this is just speculation. Bit of fun, bit of banter. I'm just speculating here. I don't claim to know anything because no one really does. So let's just jump straight into it. So the first possibility that makes sense in my mind, but it's a little too obvious, is Kylo Ren's redemption. The title Rise of Skywalker seems a little too clunky if that was the meaning, because he wouldn't necessarily be rising, you know, as a Skywalker. He would just be redeemed, and he's technically a solo anyway, so yeah, I don't know. The Rise of Skywalker just seems a little too clunky if that meant Kylo Ren's redemption, and I don't even think he's going to be necessarily redeemed, so that throws that speculation out the window. Now, one of the other possibilities of the meaning of The Rise of Skywalker is that Rey was a blood-related Skywalker all along. That doesn't seem right, considering that would discredit The Last Jedi on a fundamental level. I know a lot of fans want to see that movie retconned, but I don't feel like it's JJ's approach with The Rise of Skywalker movie. Now, this is an interesting possibility. The return of Anakin Skywalker, that could be why the movie is called The Rise of Skywalker. In fact, I predict we will see Anakin in this movie at some point. However, I don't think he'll play a huge enough role for the movie to be named after him, The Rise of Skywalker. It doesn't really sound like it's actually based on any character, let alone Anakin Skywalker. The Rise of Luke Skywalker? Again, I feel like along with Anakin, we'll see Luke sparingly and in a mentor role. We won't see him take down the whole First Order in this film, obviously. Now, the most likely outcome in all of this is that Rey will adopt the name Skywalker and also use it as a term, as a title, to lead all good Force-sensitive users. Basically, the new age of Jedi will be called Skywalkers, and the Episode 9 name makes sense, The Rise of Skywalker. Not the rise of a specific person named Skywalker or has that lineage, but the rise of the term Skywalker, the term meaning the new age of Jedi, the Skywalkers. I think that is going to be the meaning. Now, I could be all wrong, and it could be just like, you know, Kylo Ren's redemption or Rey being a blood-related Skywalker. I mean, that would be kind of lame, to be honest. I don't want Kylo Ren to be redeemed. I kind of like him where he's at, you know, supreme leader, kind of. And Rey being a blood-related Skywalker, that would discredit The Last Jedi, as I said, and I don't think that's JJ's intention. I think JJ has a difficult job because he needs to bring back the people that hated The Last Jedi and also cater to the people that do like The Last Jedi, so it's hard to balance this Episode 9 script because of how divisive The Last Jedi was. And now, by all means, The Last Jedi was good in its divisiveness. It should be divided because, well, it shouldn't be divided like there's one faction hating The Last Jedi and there's one faction going to war against, you know, the people that hate The Last Jedi. You know, that's not what I want, but it's good that it's divisive because there's stuff to talk about, you know what I mean? The main talking point with The Force Awakens is, oh my god, look how much it took from A New Hope. Oh my god, this movie sucks. Like, okay, that's not fun. It's not fun to talk about or argue with. Now, The Last Jedi, That's a cool film to fucking argue with someone. I'm just rambling at this point. Is Skywalker the new Jedi? Is Skywalker going to be the new term to describe Force-sensitive users? Yes, I think so. And I could be all wrong, but I know there's a deeper meaning to the Rise of Skywalker name. It's not talking about a person here, it's talking about basically a new religion, and one that is not a failure and completely lost in the Clone Wars. The most likely outcome is that Rey will adopt the Skywalker name. I'm repeating myself, so I'll go before I ramble on for 50 more minutes. So, see you guys next time. What do you think about is Skywalker the new Jedi term? What do you think about that? You know, to describe all good Force-sensitive people. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And yeah, see you guys next time. Bye. And oh, I like The Last Jedi. Oh, fucking witch hunt me in the comments.